Hey guys, what's going on? Good morning from Dhaka, Bangladesh. This is a requested video. I have received this request like somewhere last week or maybe a little bit longer ago. But someone asked me to put up my top 5 or top 10 sweet fragrances, and I decided to go with my top 15 because I like to drag things a little bit further and to make it a little bit more interesting, give you some more options than 5 or 10. And the 15 is my number. I like 15. 20 is also good. So I'd like to define sweet fragrances in terms of like the fragrance center stage must be sweet. The sweetness, the source can be tonka bean, vanilla, it can be boozy or fruity, whatever notes they play. Even oud can be sweet. But if you look at amber, also got gives some sort of sweetness. But the center stage, what I'm trying to say, according to me, center stage means ultimately above everything, you can detect the sweetness. You smell it and it smells sweet. And these are kind of fragrances women tend to prefer on men. You can deny it, like I'm not wearing fragrance for women for notice or anything. It's okay, it's fine. But when you want to think of compliments, sweet fragrance pick up the most compliments, and that's why they're the top sellers in market. So I would like to start with an honorable mention, which I did not put in the list. It would be so unfair to the rest of them. That's like a godlike fragrance. For me, is not as sweet as it gets, but this fragrance, I would say it's really beautiful fragrance, and I do not have a full bottle of it, but I love it absolutely. That is this one, Baccarat Rouge by MFK. You guys have seen thousands and thousands of review on this, so no need to talk about it. That is not there in the main list because first of all, I don't want to show you a sample. Second of all, this is really a class above the rest. Okay, so I'm gonna start with 15 without any honorable mention. I remember that I forget numbers because I got old, but I try to keep track. Okay, if I forget, then I'll say next. So number 15, I'll start with my fragrance here. It's called Versace Eros. Versace Eros is a kind of like a clubbing fragrance. It's kind of fresh, minty, apple, and then it goes to tonka and vanilla. Okay, it's beautiful. I mean, the bottle is just gorgeous, as you can see. It has a beautiful bottle going on, and the mint note in this mint and apple makes it very interesting. You smell it for the first time, and you think like, okay, this is gonna be a freshie. It's gonna be mint heaven. Okay, then slowly it goes to that vanilla sort of side. It's nice for nighttime. This fragrance is really good for nighttime, summer, or rest of the year. But the sweetness in this that comes from most probably vanilla. Okay, that's the vanilla base, and it's extremely popular. So number 15, I go with Versace Eros. You're gonna see a lot of designer, most of them designer, and the fragrance are gonna be very popular known ones. So I'm just putting them according to order. Number 14, I'm gonna go with the classic. This fragrance has a lot of siblings, and I own a lot of them. I did want to put Absolutely Gold, or the new one was Lucky, but I went back to my original one. This is really sweet, and after a while, when you reach back for this, 1 Million by Paco Rabanne, it's really sweet. It has that blood orange on the opening. It has a lot of amber, leather, spices. It gets woody. It has a lot of aspects to this fragrance. So the blood orange note in this is really beautiful. And I'm wearing like two hands, two different things. This hand I'm wearing like a MFK oud. That is my scent of the night. And right hand I'm wearing something else, I'll tell you. But when I spray this, once again, my juice level is going down. Time for a big bottle. Okay. Yeah, 1 Million, every time you smell it after a long time, it just smells like quality. It has tons and tons of like flankers and also clones, but nothing beats original 1 Million. So I still recommend till this date. In winter, this fragrance is really beast mode, even after reformulation. Number 14, Paco Rabanne 1 Million. Yeah, it's a classic. You smell it absolutely everywhere. Number 13, another fragrance similar to Versace Eros. Perhaps this is the reason I did not pick up. You will be like, where is Pure Access by Paco Rabanne? That everybody loves, that vanilla, boozy, sweet, sugary, rubbery kind of fragrance. This fragrance I think is better than that, even though the performance is better on that one. But I prefer the smell of this fragrance, particularly this Carolina Herrera. Okay, Carolina Herrera. This is 212 VIP Black. This fragrance is not getting so much attention now, but trust me, once people start getting or sniffing this fragrance, this is going to be really sexy. It also has that boozy, dark vanilla sort of thing going on, but it's not very dark fragrance. What you get from this is very sweet. It's also sweet. It's boozy, and you get a little bit like a tonka bean sweetness also coming from the base. But this fragrance, that boozy vanilla core, it's really sexy. It's kind of like all year round you can wear this. Okay, it would be great for fall, particularly, but all year round you can wear this because it's not that thick, like pure excess. That fragrance you cannot wear in summer. I wore it one day, big mistake. So number 13, beautiful bottle with a magnetic top once again. 212 VIP Black by Carolina Herrera. All right, number 12. I think yes, 15, 14, 13, 12. 12 is a fragrance. I don't want to show you the cap. You guys probably know what it is. This is Salvatore Ferragamo Vomo, the original Vomo. It has a black bottle that is a new one, and they have that casual life. I think they have few flankers, 2 or 3 limited edition bottle, but this so far is the best. You know, this is like, this is tiramisu of the fragrance game. So tiramisu is like everybody like memorized it, but what I really get from it is like kind of like sweet, very very sweet. This is as sweet as it gets, and beast mode performance. It has a little bit freshness up top, but the fragrance is almost like 1 million sweetness, but it goes to the gourmand territory somewhat. It's like you enter a coffee shop, pastry shop, you get all those goodness from a little bit of coffee. You know, they're making the coffee or latte. Somewhere they're selling like cheesecake. You know, like some American chocolate indulgence, like cakes like that. So yeah, sweet, savory, beautiful. This is as sweet as it gets. That's why this makes the list. Number 12. Number 12, Salvatore Ferragamo Vomo. I wore it a lot. I love the fragrance in winter time especially. Okay, number 11 is a fragrance, is a new entry. I have, I think, couple of new entries in this whole list. I've done this list before. This fragrance, it needs a little bit more recognition. It has like a market for kind of like a elder generation, but I think this fragrance you can still find it. It's from house of Givenchy. Givenchy is a house, perhaps many people are not really into it because Givenchy doesn't offer like mainstream fragrance like Versace, Paco, Rabanne, or like these houses are doing like Jean-Paul Gautier, Chanel, Dior. This fragrance right here from Givenchy, it's really beautiful. This is sweet, and there is a beautiful, interesting note of sandalwood in this. Some people would argue this fragrance actually is kind of like red, kind of like almost like David of hot water, but trust me, it's better. It's great for nighttime. The sandalwood, I read it somewhere that one guy said people see the notification, I mean like notes breakdown on this, they think like it's a nighttime cold weather fragrance, but according to him in Fragrantica, he wrote that this fragrance pops up really nice in heat. That particular sandalwood note, it just comes out, makes it a lot more louder, a lot more present, and a lot more beautiful. So that's the beauty of this fragrance, the heat of the night, and it's really sweet. If you smell it, what does it smell like? I reviewed it. It's totally different. It's in the whole lineup. Maybe you'll find 5-6 fragrances smell alike. You will not find anything similar to this. You smell this, you'll be like, oh, okay, wow, that's different, right? So I would suggest highly Gerius Rouge. Hard time saying that all the time. From house of Givenchy. Number 11. Okay, number 10 is a fragrance. It should have been higher up in the list, perhaps. Yeah, I understand, but from time to time your mind changes. So I put them at first here 15, then I did shuffling. So this is where this one ended up. But don't think it's a bad fragrance. These all of them are really, really strong. As you can see, like Eros started with 15. So number 10, Dolce Gabbana, the one EDP. Why not the EDT? Because EDT, it's a little bit more fruity, tropical. This is the depth of it. The EDP is like 2 EDT, like compressed into one bottle. And that makes it, that amber note pops out. It makes that boozy note, the cigar note. Oh yeah, this is very sweet. So the grapefruit, and another note like Bleu de Chanel has the similar grapefruit. So they all make it a sweeter version of the EDT. The EDT is a lot more projecting. This is a lot more longer lasting, on me at least. And the sweetness just like expands on your skin like slowly. So women love the smell of this, right? It's very sexy, one of the top sellers in the market. Dolce & Gabbana, the one EDP. Number 10. All right, number 9. You can see some of the bottles, but you're not gonna see the top 3 just yet. So number 9, the famous bottle, Jean-Paul Gaultier Ultra Male. As you can see from bottom, this is the older batch. I have another newer batch. This one I just save it for special occasion because I cannot find this older formulation. It's very expensive now. This is pear. I get a lot of pineapple from this. It's juicy, it's bubblegummy. This is modern version of Lamal. Lamal, it's a little bit more powdery, leans so much like a little bit towards that, like barbershoppy side. This one, you just want sweetness. It's even smells, people say it's kind of feminine or unisex. I can see that, but I wore it a lot in my whole life. Every time I wore it, I got like excellent longevity and projection. Even winter, it's gonna be lasting the whole day. So it's such a sweet, youthful, playful kind of fragrance, but kind of naughty at the same time, but not dirty. And it's not like a skanky kind of a guy, right? So I would put number 9, Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Male. Extremely strong perfume, okay, even the new formulation. Number 8, hopefully I'm counting right. If in the end it gets mixed up, I'm sorry. Number 8, Pure Malt. Yes, it did fall down quite a bit because for some reason, I bought quite a lot of fragrances in time, but I stopped using Pure Malt. Even in winter, I did not reach for it that much. It kind of became like Dolce Gabbana, the 180p, sort of that sweetness, but a lot more boozy modern fragrances came out. I guess perhaps I did not reach for it that much, but I still would love to put this in the list because of the whiskey note, the sweet whiskey in this. Still, I would say if you like JD, Jack Daniels and Chivas Regal, you must have this in your collection. This is like perfect complement when you're having a drink, whiskey, neat or Coke, whatever it is, whatever your choice is. Pure Malt must be in your list. All right. So number 8, Pure Malt. Okay, next one actually is perhaps the reason. This is the house. Perhaps the reason I'm not wearing Pure Malt that much. Number 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I'm right. Number 7. This is a niche fragrance, but not very expensive. You can find this in Bangladesh way below $200. This is Herrera. The one thing I do not like about this house, they do not put the name anywhere. If you just look at the whole bottle, it's just like nice bottle, very heavy bottle glass, and then the metallic heavy cap. They give you 120 ml. Another reason I love this house, like Mancera, these houses, when they give you extra juice and you pay for niche prices, always makes you happy, serves you longer. Herrera is such a sweet tobacco candied fragrance. Okay, the Zara house, they made a rich, warm, and addictive, much more affordable version of it, but that got discontinued and reformulated somewhat. This one remains the same. Some people say it got reformulated, performance got weak. I would not entirely disagree with that or agree with that because I haven't tried the stronger version of this. I tried a sample first, then I tried these. They are similar on my skin. I get about 5 to 6 hours longevity with 1.5 hour of projection. But if you go close or the breeze is flowing, once in a while you get wafts of it, so it's not that weak. Parfums de Marly always have excellent performance, but this one perhaps is not 10. But the tobacco sweetness, the candied feel, it's excellent. This fragrance is such a yummy gourmand fragrance. Definitely try it, okay? This is Parfum de Marly, Herrera. Okay, number 6 is the new entry, and the rest of them not gonna really surprise you. I didn't want to put this as much higher up than this because I'm still like testing this fragrance, but it already made my list because I love it so much. I told you on the other hand, I'm sniffing something and it's extremely potent. This is perhaps the strongest in this house. I used to think the Privé version was strong. No. If you like CH Man by Carolina Herrera, this is the big boss of that whole line. Carolina Herrera, Good Girl, no, not Good Girl, CH Man Privé, none of them made the list. This one did. This is called Insignia. This is my new baby. Thanks to brother Alejandro once again from Mexico. He is the one who made me look at this, and this is very rare to find, very expensive also. It got the note of oud, but it's a lot of other thing going on, okay? So you really get something like Dolce Gabbana, like exclusive, not exclusive, mysterious or exclusive night. I think the Dubai, the first version, you know what I'm talking about. Let me show you. I always get confused with the new mysterious one. This one, this particular one. It's called exclusive edition. I think exclusive collection, not the mysterious one, okay? If you like that one, this is in the same ballpark but lasts longer than any of those, right? This is gonna be huge. You're gonna be like loving this fragrance when the mild cold weather hits you, and it lasts forever, 8 hours plus on my skin. All right, on my skin, absolutely love this fragrance. Carolina Herrera Insignia. Check out my review to check out in-depth analysis on this. All right, now I think we have 5 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, top 5. Number 5. This is really difficult. Sometimes you see, based on emotion, I just pick them. La Nuit de l'Homme, number 5. Still always going to be in my list. That bergamot cardamom mix, you cannot deny it. You cannot throw it off your shelf just because it doesn't perform like before. It's a sweetheart of a fragrance. No one can copy that cardamom note. It has some flankers and some clones. Nothing comes close to this. I'm pretty sure the EDP version is pretty nice. That's been released. I haven't purchased it or haven't sniffed it. But La Nuit de l'Homme is La Nuit de l'Homme. It beats any YSL fragrance for me, except Kuros. Kuros is a different guy, but such a confidence booster. You smell it, you instantly know this is your best friend. You can trust this dude, you know. Even if you smell nice for 3 hours, you carry a decant and respray everywhere. People just look at you left and right. Compliment factors, 100 over 100. Okay, La Nuit de l'Homme, number 5 by YSL. that is like a cookie, sometimes a little bit dark, a little bit mysterious, a little bit fresh, a little bit spicy. Very nice fragrance. And number 4 is a fragrance I want to make it number 1 actually. But then, I don't want to just do this based on emotion only, because number 3, 2, and 1 are really, really good. Number 4, yeah, I'm going to show the respect today. CK Reveal for men, him. Calvin Klein House, this fragrance. If you haven't smelled it, you're making a big mistake. You're missing out on something great. This fragrance perhaps now is below $40 for 100 ml. It's a cheapie. You can somewhat call it cheapie. Some people have seen they're buying it for like tester version of this, like without the cap. The cap is kind of like not my favorite because you do this, the cap becomes really messy and dirty. But this fragrance, you can pick it up for $25 for a tester, I think. This is so exotic. This is so sweet. It's like the sugar cane sweetness sort of coming out, sort of like agave. It's kind of boozy. It's kind of like leather. It has a lot of aspect going on. It lasts a long time. Man, in winter time, you wear a leather jacket and spray some on the leather jacket. Yeah, ruin the leather jacket a little bit, but you could be the best bad boy in the town. You think Ultra Male does it for you, Eros does it for you, it does better, okay? I am telling you, you can try this fragrance and you come back and tell me. So number 4, I'm gonna go with CK Reveal, one of my best sweet smelling fragrance that lasts a lifetime. And inexpensive too, the best part. Alright, top 3. Yeah, top 3, any of these could be number 1. Let me be very frank. Any of these fragrances that I showed you, anybody's book, you can put Eros right back in number 1, it will be okay. Because those are such great fragrances. I've chosen the best ones, trust me. Maybe I missed 1 or 2, but late night, it happens. So these 3, top 3 are my favorites at this current moment, and that's why they're here. It's a tie. Number 3 is a tie. I cannot leave out one guy and then show one other. This beautiful pair. Valentino Uomo Intense, which is newer than Dior Homme Intense, but both of these are beautiful, sweet. I mean, there's nothing like these fragrances, guys. These are like legendary fragrances. Even Valentino, the original Valentino Uomo perhaps was a little bit lackluster in the performance, even the Dior Homme original one. But these two, performance, they are fixed. So this one lasts a long time. Dior Homme Intense with the new formulation, no problem. Performance is not an issue. It's not that watered down. Bottle is really gorgeous. But Valentino Uomo Intense even gonna beat Dior Homme Intense in performance. It has a new version, like the golden bottle and everything. I've reviewed it. But Valentino Uomo Intense, this fragrance is a beast. When you enter a room, people look and it lasts like 8 hours plus. So these are a tie because they smell very familiar, very similar with that, I think, iris note they share. But this one has leather, added leather to that sweetness. Very beautiful, sweet fragrance. Number 3, Dior Homme Intense and Valentino Uomo Intense. Alright. Number 2 and number 1. I thought of switching them back and forth, but no, the number 1 actually is number 1. I'll tell you for a reason. Number 2, House of Giorgio Armani. Armani is doing a lot of things right these days. Their glory is back, and one time they just lost kind of their like appeal to the whole mass market, and others were like Paco, Rabanne, Versace just came and grabbed it. Chanel and Dior, Prada, Hermes did. But this new line, it's such a youthful tonka. Oh my god, this has I think roasted walnuts or almond, something like a nutty feel, and it's so tasty. This fragrance perhaps is the reason I'm not putting 1 million lucky, because they're so similar, but this is better in performance. Armani Stronger With You. Not a very beautiful bottle. Juice color is really pretty. I do not like this kind of a bottle. It look like dwarfy and small, but cute. But this fragrance, make no mistake, when you smell it for the first time, it gives you sort of feel of By the Fireplace, okay? By who's that? Replica House. But that one is a little bit more pricey than this. You can at least save 25 to 30 bucks on this one on a 100 ml full bottle. So Replica one is pretty good, trust me, but the performance is better in this. Replica one, only better thing about By the Fireplace is you got the smoky thing going. This one doesn't have smoky thing going on. So it's so sweet, fresh, semi-sweet, and really the strength of the sweetness is really the center stage. That's why I made number 2. Armani Stronger With You, not the Intensely version, the original one. Leads me to number 1. What can be number 1 above all this at this current moment? Here is the story for this being number 1. It could have been Black Orchid. As you can tell, it's Tom Ford, and I don't have so many Tom Fords. Let me show you. Tom Ford Noir Extreme. This fragrance, yeah, not many people are gonna be like very shocked, because those who have tried it, they know, they love. This is like a sweeter, more kulfi added note with the La Nuit de l'Homme sort of feel, and so creamy. I was gonna put black orchid, but black orchid can be a little bit more annoying than sweet. This is sweet. Some people told me they do not get performance from it. I tell you, one time, few days back, I was testing this fragrance on my skin because I don't have much juice left in this anymore. As you can tell, oh sorry, it's shiny. How do I show you? It has very little juice. It's like here, as you can see, it's like moving around here. So this is their part of their designer line, so it's not very expensive. Also, you can get this for $150 or below. This fragrance, I put it on my here. So I went washroom, I washed my face, like facial wash and all that, and then I was washing my hand as well because I came from outside. It was like, kind of like, we want to wash off all the dust and all that. But it was on my skin. When I went out, I put it on. When I washed it, okay, then I'm like, nah, I need to get a shower. I went for a full-on shower. I came out. At nighttime, I was just scrolling back on my Facebook, and suddenly it hit me that I can smell something sweet, and I'm not wearing anything after the shower. It could be only one possibility that my fragrance still remained on my skin, which is this. And I sniffed it. It was there. This very fragrance was there. And I'm not joking. This is no jokes, no lies, I swear. I don't know what's up with this fragrance. It just, maybe perhaps it doesn't project as much, right? But the fragrance lasts on your skin forever. It's a very good performer, guys. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If you go to a mall, check it on your skin. Maybe you will be as lucky as I am. Oof, Tom Ford Noir Extreme is on the sexiest, sweetest. It's like dessert is served for a romantic couple, for a romantic night out. The most romantic fragrances, if they're there, this is one of them. Perfect for Valentine's Day. It will be a perfect time to wear it at night time, right? Number one, Tom Ford Noir Extreme. So do let me know which ones are your favorite, which one did I miss out. I should have put here that you thought like it was unfair. I would love to hear. Sorry for the long video, but I wanted to talk about my favorite fragrances. So that's done. Fresh, mature fragrances, Father's Day, sweet, all done. Let me think of something new soon. Take care, guys. Good night from Dhaka, Bangladesh. Bye-bye.